We're live here at Diddle Arena and for Rice and Western Kentucky University here in a Conference USA matchup. The Hilltoppers have been away for 19 days because of COVID and contact tracing in week one because of the problems at Old Dominion University. And this past week, WKU had those problems. They'll take on the Owls of Rice. Rice coming in with a record of 6-6 in the league. The Tops are at 6-2. The Hilltoppers are coached by Rick Stansberry. 100 up and 56 down on the hill. Meanwhile, Scott Pera is in his 5th year as a head coach at Rice. Hilltoppers are in their home white jerseys tonight. Rice in the road blues. These two teams have played 7 times previously, with the Hilltoppers winning 5 of the 7. The tip is underway, and here come the Hilltoppers. Davion McKnight has it first as it comes across the timeline. And how the Owls open up in a 2-3 zone.
They do indeed. Let's see how the Tops attack that and see if they're ready for it.
And the first possession, Hollingsworth takes a catch in the right wing, spins to the right baseline, and it's a leaping leaner from about 8 feet away. And the Hilltoppers are on the board first here tonight. It is 2-0 on our simulcast on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield IMG College and HSSN and ESPN Plus. Rice misses the shot. Here comes Hollingsworth, front court, right wing. Out top to McKnight, left wing to Anderson. Lets the 3 fly. Perfect! A South Central Bank 3 from Josh Anderson, who's shooting 59% from the field in the Hilltoppers' last 9 games. WKU up 5-0. They play a man. On the wing is Abercrombie, a good 3-point shooter guarded by Williams. Knocked away by Anderson, throws it front court. It goes to the baseline in front court. Knocked away by McKnight, not gathered up by Sheffield of Rice. Gives it into front court to Travis Evie. He's a tremendous outside shooter. Evie out front, guarded by Anderson. Works it from right to left, cut off by Anderson. Out top to Fiedler, the great passing center for Rice. He averages over 4 assists per ball game. On the right wing now, it is Oliveri, a great 3-point shooter, goes to the foul line, misses a pull-up jumper from 15. It's pulled down by the Hilltoppers, Bassi, the leading active rebounder in college basketball for a career at 10.2 per game. Left wing McKnight bombs the 3, no good. Backside rebound by Hollingsworth on the right block, only at 6'2".
They was way up on that one.
Right wing to Bassi, stops, 17-footer, down! Holy moly! What a great start for WKU. They lead Rice 7-0.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 shot out of their first 3, but that one was cleaned up for some second chance points.
2 minutes into it, Tops are up 7-0. Evie playing with an untied shoe. Sheffield bombs a 3 in from left of the key. He's been playing better lately. 9 for his last 17 shooting. He only averages 4 a game, but he's been playing better lately for Rice. 7-3, Tops in front, 17:34 to play in the half. Anderson open, left wing 3 again in front of the Rice bench. He's 2 for 2 as he bangs it in. And it looked as if he turned to the Rice bench. He goes, "Are you going to guard me or not?"
He certainly made eye contact with Coach Pera as he ran down. He ran right by him.
So Anderson is bombed in a pair of 3s, and WKU leads the Owls of Rice 10-3. Sheffield guarded by Bassi, top of the key to Abercrombie, and he traveled as he dribbles the ball to the top of the key. Anderson came over off his man, I think, to sort of fool Abercrombie and forced him to travel.
Good defensive pressure by the Hilltoppers. Rice has had to struggle to get shots, and the Tops have done a good job defending.
Here's McKnight, who'll work it from left to right against the Owls 2-3 zone. The freshman guard goes right side for Hollingsworth 3, and it rolls in. Another South Central Bank 3-pointer. Hollingsworth hits it, and the Hilltoppers are on fire. They are as hot inside as it is cold outdoors. It's 13-3, 16:47 to play, just getting started. Rice has the ball on the perimeter. It'll be Sheffield, knocked away from behind by Anderson, who's everywhere right now. Picked up by Evie right in front of us. 30-footer off the dribble. Rattled in. My goodness, what a quick trigger and a long-distance shot.
He just dribbled into McKnight and fired it up. I don't think Davion was really ready or prepared for him to take that shot.
Bassi underneath, gets it in the middle to McKnight. Caught it in traffic, laid it up, no good, but a foul. He'll shoot 2. Bassi from the left block threw it between 3 Rice players as McKnight cut from the foul line. Made the catch inside, and the 6'1" muscular freshman guard has earned 2 free throws. That foul was on the Rice center, Max Fiedler.
Just a heads-up play by Charles Bassey. He was under the basket near the baseline, really nothing to do with the ball. And heads-up play by McKnight, cutting down the center of the lane. Charles gave him a nice bounce pass, got it right in the business area and went up with it. Gets 2 free throws.
The lefty hits his first one and makes his second one. WKU is a great free throw shooting team at 80%. Rice can vomit in as well from the free throw line. They're at 71%. Hilltoppers up 9-15-6. Sheffield right wing to Evie. Evie backs up with a dribble. Transfer from VMI. Earlier in the offseason, they didn't think he would be eligible on this transfer, but the NCAA fooled everyone and said, okay, you're good to go. As Abercrombie goes back door and lays it in. And it's now 15-8. So Evie's averaging 17 a game in the league, and Rice didn't even think he would play this year. Here's Hollingsworth, right wing, foul on the Bassey. Drops it down to Williams. A good pass into now triple team. Back out to McKnight, right side to Tavion Hollingsworth. He'll shoot a 3, and it's down. I assume during this layoff, the Hilltoppers were working on their shooting. It's 18-8, WKU by 10.
That was set up by some really good ball movement by the Tops.
Evie on a running shot from the block, missed it. Here comes McKnight after the Bassey rebound. McKnight left corner, Tavion, he's hot, he fires, he misses, and it's rebounded backside by Abercrombie. Olivari with the dribble, crossing over, coming to the left block, spinning, goes out top for a 3 by Abercrombie. It's on the rim and off. Bassey swats it away. Anderson steals it before it goes over the baseline. Great play.
Good hustle play.
Here's Hollingsworth front court. WKU acting as if they missed playing basketball the last 2 weeks.
I miss watching it.
19 consecutive days without a game. McKnight swings to the right side of Hollingsworth, low in the block to Carson Williams. To his left, and he is called for a traveling violation as the 6'11" center Fiedler put his chest into him, and Williams traveled. Hilltoppers off to their best start shooting probably the entire season. 14:48 to go here in the first half. They lead it 18-8. And you're listening to the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network with Learfield IMG College, also watching on HSSN and ESPN+.
For the care you need close to home, choose Passport Health Plan by Molina Healthcare. We cover everything you need to stay healthy plus more. Get the most out of your Kentucky Medicaid benefits. Learn more at www.passporthealthplan.com/together.
Rice head coach Scott Para wanting to know what kind of a team this Hilltopper squad is. He looks at the scouting report and notices the Hilltoppers only averaged 5.7 made threes for 40 minutes. They've already hit 4 in the first 5 minutes of this game.
Well, they've been Jekyll or Hyde from three-point range this season. They've struggled from there off and on, but tonight, so far, they got the stroke.
WKU's hit 6 of the first 8 shots and 4 of the first 6 threes. Fiedler has the ball top of the key, hands it off now to Hafsa. He traveled. Iga Hafsa out of Turkey, 6'5" senior, averaging 5 points a game off the bench. Rice plays a lot of players, and they have 3 players this year who scored at least 27 in a game. Not many teams in the country can boast of that.
And they play, you know, Para really uses his bench. He plays 11 guys, average more than 10 minutes per game, so he goes deep on his bench.
Anderson, left wings, bombed in 2 threes from there today. Brings it back, his foul line to Bassey. Jump shot in the air, a little short of his own line. He missed it from 15 feet. Evie with the rebound. Here comes the left-handed guard to the foul line in front court. Bothered by McKnight, throws it up with a run and sinks it on the leaner inside the free throw line. He's got a quick release.
Well, McKnight was behind him, pawing at the ball, trying to get it away. Was not in front of him, so Evie was able to get a really good look from about 12 feet.
18-10, Hilltoppers by 8 over Rice. Here's McKnight out front, right side to Hollingsworth. Takes a pass to his left. Looks right, goes baseline to Williams against Abercrombie. He'll bring it back behind the three-point line and bounce it out front to Hollingsworth. Overhead pass coming left wing to Anderson, back to Tavion for a 3 out front. It's on line but short. Bassey tips it to his teammate, McKnight at a foul line. Comes in, throws it in the corner to Anderson and makes the catch right-handed. Back to Hollingsworth, shot clock resetting. McKnight on the right wing against the zone. Cross-court pass left corner Anderson. The dare him to shoot a 3, he will. He's missed 2 straight now after making his first 2. Bassey rebounds and he's fouled by either Fiedler or by Abercrombie. The 2 Hilltopper bigs in the last 6 games, Williams and Bassey, have pulled down 36 offensive rebounds, Al.
That is so valuable, too. I tell you what, you can never downplay the importance of being able to get second chance opportunities, and no better place to get that than on the offensive glass.
WKU brings in Luke Frampton and Kenny Cooper. Cooper inbounds to the basket in the right wing, back to Kenny Cooper behind the three-point line. Here comes the guard to the top of the key. Left of the key to Tavion, back to Cooper on the right side. Rice now brings in Poteet, and he'll be guarding Bassey inside. Elijah Poteet, 6'9", 260-pounder. Here's on the right wing to Cooper for a long three. He's fouled shooting a three-pointer. Evie hit him on the arm and a little bit of the body as well. And Kenny Cooper will shoot three with 13:07 to play in this first half. And the Hilltoppers have an 18-10 lead over the Owls of Rice.
Cooper has been a good free throw shooter. Talk much there, Hal. I'm out of practice, Randy, out of shape.
It's been 19 days. It's not like riding a bike, broadcasting.
And I got to confess, too, I've laid off a little bit, and I'm a little out of shape. But anyway, Cooper about 73% at the stripe, misses the first.
Thought Mama's not allowed you to talk at home during this 19-game stretch?
No, I talk plenty.
Okay. Didn't know if there's house rules or something.
No, not to my knowledge.
Cooper's first free throw spins out. He'll have two more with the Hilltoppers up 18-10. That foul shot is no good.
I just don't talk as much when I'm watching Gunsmoke and Gilligan's Island and all that high educational TV stuff.
That. Hey, Atmos Energy's investing in the safety of our system so that clean and efficient natural gas is delivered safely and reliably to your home. However, it's more about that than just investing in pipelines. Cooper misses 3 free throws, believe it or not. It's about fueling safe and thriving communities so they grow and prosper. That's Atmos Energy. Bringing you our simulcast tonight on the Hilltopper Sports Network as well as ESPN Plus. Ball punched away by Anderson, who's everywhere. Scooped up by Frampton in front court. Now to Cooper, back to Frampton. And a foul. Was it for Cooper after the handoff?
I don't think so.
Not, it's on Rice.
I think it was inside. I think it was on Poteet.
Rice will have 14 fouls and no fouls yet on the Hilltoppers with 12:49 to play in this first half. Scott Para wanting an explanation. A little more difficult in the days of COVID with everyone wearing masks, including the referees. No one could read lips right now or hear very well.
Right.
So they had to get close together to find out what was going on. Here's a dribble by Tavion to the left block. Fires it up wildly, no good on reverse shot. Then it's pulled down by Peyton Moore, who's off the bench for Rice. Now to Hafsa out front. Hafsa to the foul line, stopping, double teamed. Right side for a three-point jump shot by Oliveri, and he sinks it, and he can light you up. He's out of Atlanta, he's a sophomore. 18-13, Rice to within 5. Anderson down the boulevard from the left block, puts it up, no good, but a foul with Rice, and he'll shoot 2. With 12:24 left to go in his opening half.
Top 2 of 5 at the stripe so far. Let's see if Josh can get a couple to go down. We got to make hay at the free throw stripe as we have all season.
As this game starts, Anderson leads Conference USA in free throw shooting percentage at 89%. I do not believe in the broadcaster's jinx. Wearing a white headband tonight, first time this year. Perfect. Anderson has now made 16 consecutive free throws for the year, 49 of 55. Davion Hollingsworth will lead for WKU for the first time. And Kylan Milton, who's rarely played this year, the 6'4" freshman from Monticello, Arkansas, is in. And that free throw's good by Anderson, and he has 8 early points, so the Hilltoppers have a 7-point lead. WKU's bench a little depleted tonight. Their first guard off the bench, Jordan Rawls, has an ankle sprain. Also Kevin Asalwa, usually their first big off the bench, is out because of tracing, contact tracing. Foul on the dribble drive on Frampton for WKU, and that's their first foul with 12:12 to go in his first half.
Well, the Toppers are very active on the dribble drive. They've got hands going all over the place.
Rice will make the inbound pass. Carson Williams sprinting to the scorer's table. He'll come in to replace Charles Bassey. It's Bassey's first rest. So it's Williams and Milton with Anderson up front. 6'6", 6'6", 6'4".
Really, I think the foul was on Cooper, if you want to keep your record straight there, not Frampton.
Okay, Cooper. Deep pass comes to Moore. On the right side to Oliveri, guarded by Cooper. Now out in the middle In between the circles to Hafsa. Hafsa dribbles it to the right block, stopped by Williams. He's in trouble, leans it on Milton, puts it up around the end.
Milton didn't stay in front of him. He got to the side and allowed Hafsa an easy step to the basket and kiss off the glass.
Rice is averaging 77 a game this year. They can put it up and make it. Here's Cooper to the top of the key. WKU winning 20-15. Milton long range right side, out top to Frampton. Catches and fires a three. It's off to the right side, no good. Nice rebound by Moore. 30-foot pass to all the very front court. Shoots a three over Frampton, and it is long. Knocked away by Sheffield. Retrieved on the baseline by Anderson and WKU. And here comes the seniors of Louisiana front court. Nice pass baseline up to Carson. Lays it up and out the window.
That's a State Farm assist, Randy, sponsored by the State Farm agents of Bowling Green. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Those agents, Ginger Clary, DC Clement, Kurt Gammons, and David Graves. That's half of the bunch.
Hilltoppers up by 7, 22-15. Sheffield with Frampton and goes to the right block, and the ball goes out of bounds off the knee of the dribbler Sheffield, and it's an Owls turnover with 11:04 to play in this first half. It will take a timeout. Tops up 7, 22-15 over the Owls from Rice, and you're listening to the Hilltopper Sports Network on Learfield IMG College and watching on HSSN and ESPN+. Hilltoppers have a 7-point lead over Rice with 11:04 to go on our simulcast on the Hilltopper Sports Network and ESPN+ here tonight. Randy Lee and Hal Schmidt with you courtside at Diddle Arena. Tonight's Student Athlete Spotlight is brought to you by Franklin Bank and Trust, your hometown bank since 1958. In case you don't know, the Hilltoppers have a top 25 volleyball program. Ashley Hood's a big reason why, defensive specialist since their arrival on campus. The Illinois natives appeared in 100 sets, coming into the year 29 digs, 12 service aces, and earned a spot on the Dean's List all 4 semesters here on the Hill, and collected Conference USA Commissioner's Honorable Recognition both years as well. And how this year they're off to an undefeated season.
They're off to a really good start, Randy. Unfortunately, they're not going to play at Old Dominion as scheduled due to COVID restrictions, so they're going to miss an upcoming series.
That is over at Old Dominion, they're having the COVID problem. Williams misses a pull-up jump shot. Rice has the ball. Moore goes hard to the hole. He's fouled as he misses a shot from the left block off the dribble. Peyton Moore stands 6'4" and weighs 215 pounds. On the foul line this year, 64%. And Kenny Cooper picked up the foul. They have him with 1 or 2 fouls out.
Cooper with 2.
Moore hits the free throw. And with the Hilltoppers down a guard tonight with Rawls out, can't afford to have foul problems in the backcourt. Cooper's picked up 2 tonight. Moore hits a pair of free throws, and the Hilltopper lead us at 5 at 22-17. Cooper is out, and Davion McKnight is in, the starting point guard for the Hilltoppers. Here lately, though, Cooper's been playing probably more minutes than McKnight in the last few games.
He's played much better than he started the season at. McKnight tonight, however, 4 assists, no turnovers in his minutes on the floor.
McKnight brings it left corner to Frampton. Cross court to Milton, right at the key. Back out top to McKnight, wide open, shoots a 3. Very short, he's only made 1 this year. That was the first game of the year. Rice to the rebound. Here comes Hafsa front court against McKnight. Knocked away by McKnight. McKnight steals it. Can Hafsa track him down? He can't. McKnight lays it in. Steal to score by Davion McKnight.
Well, that was a good steal, but even a better finish. He protected the ball coming down the court with Hafsa right on his hip.
Hafsa hook pass left corner. Firing is Abercrombie, and he nails it. Riley Abercrombie, the transfer from Boise State, drops it in.
He shoots.
Milton in the paint foul to shoot it too, Hal.
Abercrombie has hit 37 of 110 coming into this game. That's 34%. So he's really the third leg of those 3-point shooters that you need to be aware of.
He is one of 8 newcomers to this Rice roster. Scott Parr has done a good job at the Houston University. The win total's increased every year that he's been there. He's in year 5. Milton's free throw is good. That's his first point. WKU now by 5 at 25-20, and with each made free throw, Houston's Industries is donating $10 to the Charity Champions program. Milton with a free throw. That's his first of the year. He's playing tonight with Rawls out and Solway out. Milton with a pair. He's an athletic small forward from Arkansas, stands 6'4". It's a pair. Hilltoppers up 26-20. Milton is out. and he's replaced by Hollingsworth, and Hollingsworth has scored 8 points. Here comes Peyton Moyer walking front court against the defense of McKnight. Two very strong guards. Now they switch and he fires it right corner. Abercrombie from that corner sinks it.
Yep.
3-pointer in the left corner, a 3-pointer from the right corner. This is Rice's game.
They're 5 of 7 from there, and more than half their shots have come from behind the arc.
They average 11 makes a game. 26-23, WKU's lead down to 3. Frampton left wing, out top to Hollingsworth between the circles, fumbles the ball and gets it before it goes over and back. Taves got high stepping, right at the key, jump pass coming right corner to McKnight. Here comes McKnight trying to back his way in the paint, does for a follow-away 12-footer, a little bit off to the left. Rebounded by Abercrombie, knocks away, but Fiedler picks it up. Fiedler now front court to Hafsa. Here's Hafsa, 6'5" guard against Williams. That's a tough matchup for Carson Williams.
It is.
Hafsa backs up, he'll go one-on-one against Hilltopper strongman.
Hafsa not a great three-point shooter, though, so you got to protect the drive more than you do the three-point shot.
Hafsa low to Fiedler, walked from here to there, but no call in the play, and now they overrule. They had first called the ball out of bounds on WKU, but it's clearly off of Fiedler. And it'll be a Rice turnover.
Scott
Young
Farrell.
lady who made that call, Amy Bonner, wanted us to say hello to Paul Sandiford. So Paul, if you're watching, Amy says hello. She refereed his games when he was at Nebraska in the Big 8 days.
Said he was an intimidating factor in her early refereeing years.
Amy doesn't look that old refereeing those days. High pass that Bassey could not corral. Hafsa grabs it, Rice running. Left corner, Sheffield open for a tying 3. Missed it. Bassey mistimed his jump, but it's ripped down by the strongman Williams. Half-court out pass comes to McKnight. Out top to Frampton. 28-footer off the catch. Perfect! Holy moly! Luke Frampton makes it 29-23, WK by 6.
That was a deep one.
Here is Moore to the top of the key. Evie would appreciate that one. The long man shooter for Rice.
Tops had missed 5 three-pointers in a row before hitting that one.
Hafsa right side dribble, hook pass left corner Abercrombie. Trap, nope, he's out of bounds when he made the catch. I didn't think he was even close to being to the sideline.
Well, he stepped out before. You can't touch the ball. You can't be the first one. You can't touch it when you come back in like that.
Now that makes sense. Thanks for the clarification.
My pleasure.
Hilltoppers up 6, 29-23. 7:18 to go in his first half. You're listening to the Hilltopper Sports Network on Deerfield IMG College and watching lead, then led it 13-3. Randy and Hal back with you here at Diddle Arena. As you can see, it's all not even, pets are even allowed at Diddle Arena this year, unlike in previous years. The pet cardboard cutouts are just fine.
Anything plus your $40 and they'll hang it from the wall somewhere in here. So like every other program, that's become a very popular standby in all the arenas to help fill in some of the empty seats. Although the Tops have a pretty good crowd here today. Yeah. Probably limited to 1,200 that they're allowed to have.
That is the limit, and I'm sure they're all in here tonight. Tough to tell when they're spaced out like they are supposed to be with the seating procedures here. It's their first game in 19 days, and this frenzied Hilltopper fan base very excited to have their team back on the court playing tonight. Right now, Rice is up to the test. They're only down by 6. Carson fires the top of the key 3, and Carson Williams rolls it in.
Kind of coaxed it in, didn't he?
He sure did. He's now 10 out of 27 from deep this year. And the Hilltoppers have now made 6 threes. They only average 5 makes a game. Leading by 9 right now, 32-23. Here's Hafsa on the handoff from Fiedler. Dribbles to the foul line, comes to the left block, lobs it to Fiedler, knocked away. Hasley gets it back. Hafsa on the left block against McKnight. Back again, throws it up, missed it. Bassey retrieves it. Outlet pass, he threw and then went and got it. Then decides to dribble it up in the front court, gives to McKnight.
He saw a white jersey, it was Carson Williams, and he wanted to throw it to Carson, so he went and tracked the pass down and got it to the guard.
Williams to Bassey inside, missed a short hook shot, but then tipped it in. He is so quick. Jumping twice, gets up one time, comes back down, and gets up another time.
He's done a good job of doing that. Boy, again, those offensive rebounds are so important. 4 of them on the evening for the Tops. Charles has 2.
Rice with another traveling violation. Right now, they've been bothered by turnovers, and the Hilltoppers have been playing some pretty feisty half-court defense.
They really
forced
have
some turnovers.
Yeah, they've caused them some trouble for sure. The Tops have 3 steals already, and their hands have been very, very active.
Here's McKnight to Frampton, long-range left side. Out top to Williams, right out of the zone, back into the man. Here's McKnight, fires it up to Bassey, top and dunked it! A great pass off the dribble from McKnight. He threw it in front of the rim. Bassey caught it two-handed and jammed it. And WKU now leads Rice by 13 points, 36-23. And the Owls are asking for a timeout with 6:27 to play in this first half.
Boy, it can happen quickly. Just a few moments ago, it seems like the lead was down to 3. And they've run off a 10-0 spurt over the last minute 45 and forced Coach Perry to call a timeout. That was a dandy pass at the rim by McKnight to Charles Bassey to finish with a dunk.
McKnight already has 7 assists. His high assist total for a game this year is 7 as well. So he's matched his game high. 7 assists in 13 and a half minutes. And he'll top lead now at 13 points, 36-23. WKU basketball is being brought to you season long by Med Center Health, the official orthopedic and sports medicine partner of WKU Athletics.
You know, McKnight's only played 11 of those minutes because Cooper was in for a while. Then Cooper picked up 2 quick fouls. McKnight came back in. He's been really good offensively.
Sheffield, left wing front court to Rice against Frampton. They bounce it to Fiedler, and it's knocked away by Frampton on a pass. Fiedler has not been too involved tonight, averaging 12 points, 9 rebounds, and a bunch of assists. 4 assists per game.
Scoreless to this point.
Here's Hafsa. He'll make the inbounds pass. Deep on the wing to Sheffield. Out top to Oliveri for a long 3.
Oh,
perfect.
Goodness.
I mean, he'll launch it from deep, and so will Evie.
You've got to extend your defense on him. You can't just back off of him when he's a good yard beyond the 3-point line because that is his range.
Tops up 10. Frampton was guarding him, and Frampton should know about guarding it far out because that's where he shoots from.
Yeah.
Bassey, a turnaround jumper just inside the free throw line, is up and over the 6'10" Fiedler, and it's good. And WK leads it by 12. Hook shot by Hafsa, missing it, and Bassey corrals the rebound. Now to McKnight, front court, cross court to Frampton. He'll come right with the dribble to the corner, leans in for a prayer. Up and in, it was answered off the window. A rare basket off the dribble by Luke Frampton. 40-30-26, WKU now by 14 points. Here's Oliveri for a 3 on the handoff. He misses it long. Hafsa rebounds back deep to Oliveri. Oliveri between the legs, dribble crossing up to the foul line for a jumper, and it's down. Boy, that was a pretty move.
Yep.
He has 5 points. WKU 40, Rice 28. Oliveri, the transfer, I should say the 2-year player from Rice, averaged 6 a game last year. How this year he's up to 15 a game.
They're a good tandem between Oliveri and Evie.
Frampton, good pass low to Bassey, makes the catch and a whistle. Holding foul on Rice, team foul 7. So Bassey will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Top 6 of 9 at the free throw line. Pretty good, except the 3 in a row that Kenny Cooper missed in his only trip to the strike tonight.
A Fiedler foul, his first. Bassey at the free throw line for a 1-and-1, 74% free throw shooter. Bassey right now leading the nation in dunks, 2nd in blocks per game, 3rd in double-doubles with 11. Eyes it, flies it, hits it. And with each made free throw, that's $10 from Houchins Industries to their Charity Champions program.
Charles on his way to another one of those double-doubles with 9 points and 6 rebounds. Makes this, he'll already have the points for the double digits.
It is up and in as he rolls it over the front of rim and down. WKU 42, Rice 28, 4:50 to play in the first half. Bassey playing in his 67th game as a Hilltopper. In his previous 66, he's had 32 double-doubles. Evie deep to Oliveri on the right wing, jumping up over Tavion, a forced jumper, no good. Backside rebound cleaned up by Anderson, who's back in the game. Anderson front court to the Hollingsworth, one senior to another. Tavion cross court to Anderson, fires it low on the baseline, and McKnight cross court to Tavion on the right on the wing. Take the jump shot, takes it again, and goes deep now to Anderson, swings the left side, Frampton in the corner, McKnight for a 3. Missing it, airballed it right to Tavion. His putback shot was blocked by Fiedler.
Yeah, it's a jump ball. Alternate possession will go to Rice.
McKnight needs to remember the reason he's so wide open shooting threes is because they want him to shoot that. He's 1 for 11 this year on 3-point shots.
Yeah, an open shot doesn't necessarily mean a good shot. So but they've made Rice move on that half-court zone defense, which I really like. Rice has really had to shift.
Evie hounded by McKnight, top of the key to Fiedler. Guarded tightly by Bassey, hands it off to Abercrombie, and a foul on Fiedler after the handoff. He moved as if he was an offensive tackle, and he's called for a foul.
Yeah, you gotta remain fixed on that when you're setting that screen.
Timeout, 3:53 to go in a half. The Hilltoppers are up 42-28, and you're listening to the Hilltopper Sports Network on Learfield IMG College and watching on HSSN at ESPN+.
Here we go.
3 minutes, 53 seconds left in this first half, and the Hilltoppers are leading the Owls of Rice 42-28, 14-point lead. Going with really good shooting. As we come back to action here in our simulcast on ESPN Plus and the Hilltopper Sports Satellite Network, the most points scored by a Hilltopper team in the first half this year, 46. That was against Marshall. 42 right now with just under 4 minutes to play in the first half.
You know, Randy, I've been able to do a lot of deep thinking on our 19 days off, and you know they couldn't make the Lone Ranger in today's world because at the end they'd always say, who was that masked man? And in today's world, everybody's the masked man. Saw a young man as we came back in that was dancing to the drum beat and cheering his Hilltoppers on.
Frampton missed the shot, but is able somehow to get it back and fires to the basket. Makes a crazy pass to McKnight, left side to Hollingsworth. Cross court to right side, Frampton. Here it comes. It's way off to the right, almost an air ball. Picked up though by McKnight underneath to Anderson, and he left it behind him softly. Oliveri read it nicely and picked it off like a good safety in football.
Top's fifth turnover.
Oliveri to the top of the key to the foul line for a pull-up over the leaping Bassey, and it's good over Charles Bassey. He had to throw that a little bit higher, and somehow he got it over the long arm of the law and put it in. Bassey this year has 55 blunts. 42-30, WKU by 12. McKnight in between the circles. Rice back in a 2-3 zone. Right corner, Frampton. In the paint pass to Anderson, leans in, bump, no foul, got it again. Tipped it in for the right block with a left hand.
Like Bassey went up quickly for that second one once he knew that shot, that first one was off. He was much quicker to the ball than Rice.
Anderson averaging 10 and has 10. Oliveri left side, Evie 43 over McKnight. Got to get on him. McKnight did not get him tightly, and Evie burned him.
They'll figure it out sooner or later.
44-33, WK by 11. Anderson down the boulevard, behind the ball, pass to Bassey, who dumped it.
Woo! What a pass, what an assist, and tip of the cap to Bassey, being awake and ready to catch that ball.
Josh Anderson, who had 3 assists in his last game, his best passing game this year. Bassey knocks away a pass. Bassey gets it on the right side, front court to the block, coming in, Euro stepping all over the place, and then took an Asian step. You can Euro step, but you can't Asian step, and it's a traveling violation.
You forgot the Mother May I before that last one.
Yeah, those big long legs got carried away, and anyway, here comes Rice, down by 13, Evie out front. Foul line to Oliveri. Oliveri gets it back, goes into the paint, throws it down and low. Poteet way out of control, put up the shot, and Anderson fouled him, and it'll be a 2-shot foul.
The third Topper foul.
Anderson picks up the personal foul. That's his first foul. Hilltoppers up by 13 points, 46-33. There's Melanja Petit, who is 6'9" and 260 out of Reedsville, North Carolina, averaging 5.2 a game. He's made 15 of his 18 free throws this year. That's 82%.
Mylyjael, that's M-Y-L-Y-J-A-E-L. I was just going to call him Poteet, but since you simplified it for me, we'll go with Mylyjael Poteet.
And he really got it in. These days, it doesn't matter if your company is big or small. Everyone needs to protect their information and processes they've worked so hard to build. One of the most experienced Cisco Systems partners in Kentucky. JBK Network Consulting for your partners, ever-changing technological world. Poteet hits the second one as well. Contact him anytime, 270-796-8935 or at jbk.net. Remember, at JBK Network Consulting, they connect everything. McKnight, a walk in the park to the rim, and he missed the shot right at the front of the rim. Oliveri came in and ran over Frampton, who is called for a block. Anderson from behind tried to block it, and Oliveri dunked it before Josh could get there.
My
Remarkable play by Oliveri.
That really was. We'll see it again on the replay here. He just goes up with all kinds of authority. Stuck it right between Frampton's eyes.
Anderson, who has blocked many a shot coming from behind like that, could not catch the dunk from Oliveri.
Very aggressive move.
Oliveri, 6'3" sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia.
80% free throw shooter, buries it.
completes the three-point play. He has a 10-point first half. Bryston with an 8, 46-38. 93 seconds to play in his first half. Oliveri last year averaged only 6 a game, but this year more playing time, and he's averaging 16. Here's McKnight, top of the key, deep on the right to Frampton. Rice in the 2-3 zone. McKnight in the right wing. He'll dribble to the top of the key, left side to Frampton. In the corner to Hollingsworth. Bassey comes and sets a pick. Tavion runs his man into the pick, and then he called a foul on Bassey for setting that pick. So Rice down by 13 just a couple of minutes ago. Have the ball, only down by 8, 46-38. The Toppers with 46 points. That matches their biggest point total the first half this season. Baylor gives it in backcourt to Peyton Moore, and Moore will bring it up against McKnight. Crouching dribble, right-handed pass to Oliveri to the corner. Rising and firing over Anderson, airballed it, but it goes off of Bassey. And Bassey, very demonstrative, pretty well yelled at the official. That's unlike Charles. It goes out of bounds with 20 on the shot clock and a minute 6 to go on the game clock.
The official underneath deferred to the out official, and she concurred that it was Rice's ball.
Moore looking over in the right wing to Hafsa. Now in the hands to Oliveri. He's had a tremendous first half. He comes right to left. There was a bullet pass in the corner to Abercrombie, but Frampton cut off that three-pointer. Now to Oliveri for fall-away three. It missed everything but the bottom of the board. Frampton gets it. Touchdown pass to Anderson. Here he comes. Hey! Anderson flying high again. He sends it in, and WKU by 10, 48-38. 40 seconds to play in the first half.
He almost shanked it. I tell you what, he left a little far away and just barely got it over the front of the rim.
Abercrombie missed the corner three. Rice gets the rebound to Oliveri. Make that more. Knocked down by Bassey. No foul. Good gracious. And now a whistle.
Coach Stansbury took a timeout.
Charles Bassey cracked Oliveri and knocked him down, and a foul was not called on the Hilltopper big man.
Scott Para is beside himself at the moment. He's barking at his players, but he was incensed there was not a foul called there on Charles Bassey.
See that one again. I think you'll see Charles made a lot of contact on Oliveri. Now let's take a look at the Leachman keys that Rick talked about at a pregame show for a WKU win tonight. First key was get off to a good start.
Well, they certainly did that. They made maybe their first 4 3-pointers in a row. I couldn't see it. Could you see the replay there?
Yeah, he came down with the arm. It was clearly a foul as he watched the replay. Yeah, they were up 13-3, so certainly they aced that. Their other key was defend the threes.
You know, they could do a little better there. Right now, Rice is 7 of 13 from deep, 54%. So that's even above their average. They averaged 37 coming into this one and 11 mades per game. So they're more than halfway there on their season average.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealer in Kentucky and the official dealer WKU basketball. WKU holding for the last shot. Rice is in a 2-3 zone. Hilltoppers up 48-38, 16 seconds left. McKnight works up and down with the dribble between the rings. Dribbles over in the right wing now to Hollingsworth. Sends it out top to Frampton. Overhead pass. No, faked it. Looking. Down to 7. Deep on the right to Tavion. Back to Frampton. Looking low. Dribbles it. Stops. Fires it low. Tip. Caught by Bassey. Put it up. No good with a foul. Well, that worked out. The pass was tipped. It was probably not the best delivery from Frampton, but it was tipped inadvertently to Charles. And he'll get 2 free throws with 1 second to go.
And Charles was aware, and that turns the proverbial sow's ear into the silk purse, as Charles will have a chance to put 2 more on the board to make it 50 for the Tops.
Charles is perfect with his free throw. 3 for 3 tonight for Bassey. Bassey has a 13-point, 6-rebound first half. Eyes it, flies it, swish. Hilltoppers up 50-38. Three-quarter court shot by Oliveri hits the board and is wide to the right and no good. After a half here at Diddle, as the Hilltoppers were idle, at least playing games for 19 consecutive days, Western Kentucky University leads the Owls of Rice 50-38. And we'll have our halftime show for you next. You're listening to the Hilltopper Sports Network on Learfield IMG College and watching on HSSN at ESPN+.
Welcome back to Diddle Arena, where the host Hilltoppers are leading the Rice Owls 50-38. The Tops with a strong start to this one. and a very strong offensive first half, shooting 52% from the field, 40% from deep. Build that 12-point halftime lead over the Rice Owls. Rice came in shooting 37% from deep, making 11 threes per game. They're on that pace. Certainly they've made 7 so far, but Tops will have more work to do in the second half. Let's see if they can get back off to a good start here in the second half like they did in the first. We'll be back with more of your halftime from Diddle Arena, where the Hilltoppers lead 50-38. You're watching HSSN on ESPN+. Welcome back to Diddle Arena. There's a shot of the floor in this historic building, John Oldham Court. John Oldham was a longtime player and coach here, and recently lost Coach Oldham this past year. So this storied building seats about 7,500 folks. Been in existence since 1963. Anyway, the Tops lead this one 50-38. Got off to a really good start. 13-3 lead to start the Rice Owls, and they led it wire to wire in the first half. No lead changes at all. Toppers shoot 50%. That's an even 17 of 34 from the field. Three-pointers, they were 6 of 15. That's 40% at the free throw line. Stumbled a little bit. Kenny Cooper, the only Hilltopper to miss free throws, missed 3 in a row. Tops are 10 of 13 for 77%. Tops only 6 turnovers in this one. They had 11 assists, 8 of those by the freshman Davion McKnight. Really nice half in 17 minutes for McKnight. He chipped in 4 points as well. Tops out rebounding the Owls 19-13. Offensive rebounds 8-3, also favoring WKU. Second chance points favoring Tops 6-2. Bench points 7-6 Hilltoppers. Points in the paint have been dominated by the Hilltoppers. Charles Bassey mostly for the Tops, taking care of business inside. He is, that's 18 paint points to 6 for Rice. Toppers again with 11 assists, 7 for the Rice Owls. Rice also guilty of 11 turnovers. They only average about 15 a game. They are positive assist to turnovers on the season, averaging about 16 turnovers per game. They have 7 at this point. Toppers were led in scoring by All-American candidate Charles Bassey. He finished with 14 points on 5 of 7 shooting, 4 of 4 at the free throw line. Charles had 6 rebounds, a couple of blocks, and 3 turnovers as well. Played 18 minutes. Following Bassey is Josh Anderson. He finished 12 points on 4 of 6 shooting, 2 of 3 from deep. Got the shooting started early for the Toppers from 3 land. He also chipped in a couple of free throws. 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals as well for Josh Anderson. Following them, Tavion Hollingsworth got some early buckets. He played 17 minutes in the first half, was 3 of 7 from the field. Frampton hit 1 3-pointer. He had 5 points in the first half. McKnight, as I mentioned, 4 points. Carson Williams, 2 rebounds, 5 points for the big man. Kylan Milton played just 3 minutes and had 2 points. Josh Anderson, again with 12. Kenny Cooper played 3 minutes in that first half, picked up a couple of early fouls, and did not play any longer, did not score in the half. For Rice, they're led in scoring by the guard Alivari. He finished with 13 points on 5 of 11 shooting, 2 of 5 from deep, 1 of 1 at the free throw line. He played 17 minutes in the first half. Following him is Abercrombie. He had a couple of threes in one stretch about midway through the half. He was 3 of 5 from shooting from the field, played 18 minutes. Also with a rebound and 3 turnovers was Abercrombie. Evie, the other high-powered shooting guard, finished with 8 points on 2 of 2 from deep. He was 3 of 5 from the field overall, playing 10 minutes. Sheffield chipped in 3 points. Fielder played 13 minutes, did not score. He did have 2 rebounds. Hafsa with 2 points for him, played 11 minutes in the half, and Moore 2 points for him. Rice, 48% shooting, 13 of 27 from the field, 54% from deep. 7 of 13 were the Owls from shooting deep. They were 5 of 5 at the free throw line. Again, Tops leading this one. Threes have been a big part of this game, as we knew it would, but we figured Rice would be more of the 3-point shooting threat than the Hilltoppers were. Here's Josh Anderson getting it started early from the left corner, and Tavion Hollingsworth getting in the mix as well. Hollingsworth was 2 of 4 shooting 3 balls early in this one. Rice also knocking down the threes. Abercrombie hit 2 back-to-back and then missed a third from the corner. There's his second one. That's Abercrombie hitting from the right corner. There's Frampton hitting his lone 3 in that first half. Showing some range there is Olivari. He can shoot them deep, shoots them high and deep. Again, the Hilltoppers leading this one at the break, 50-38. Finishing looking at some stats for Rice. Again, they were 5 of 5 at the free throw line, guilty of 11 turnovers. They had 13 rebounds in the half. 3 of those were offensive, giving them second chance opportunities. They only had 2 points second chance. They had 6 points off the bench, 6 points in the paint, and had 7 assists in that first half. Toppers will need to come out in the second half with the same enthusiasm they had in the first half and try to put Rice away early. Again, there will be a second matchup tomorrow afternoon here in Diddle Arena. That game will be at 5 o'clock on the second of this series, which is what Conference USA has done. We'll be back with more right after this. You're watching HSSN on ESPN+.
More deadly shooter in that first half, making 6 of 15 percentage-wise. They were really good. So Tops will need to maybe not rely on it as much, but they're certainly going to be prepared. Olivari and Evie are going to try to shoot lights out here in the second half.
Ball's inbounded to McKnight. The Hilltopper freshman guard had 8 first half assists without a single turnover. Hollingsworth, right wing to McKnight. Overhead pass out top to Hollingsworth, who had 8 first half points. Cross court to Anderson, the left back to Tavion on the right. McKnight bouncing it baseline right to Williams, backing in on Abercrombie, is in the paint, could not get by him, goes in the corner to Hollingsworth. Out top to Carson Williams, shot clock at 6, low to Bassey. Not the smartest of passes, bouncing it down around Bassey's knees with a couple of fouls on him, and the Hilltoppers turned it over.
Just when you're trying to make a pass from the side of your head, you're just putting squirrely spin on the ball when it bounces. Charles not able to field that one.
Fiedler hands it off to Evie for follow-away 3. It's off to the left side, no good, and it is saved nicely in the baseline by Abercrombie for Rice. Now to Fiedler in the corner. Fiedler did not have a point in the first half, had 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Meanwhile, Bassey had 6 rebounds and 14 points, and Evie with that quick trigger from 3, and the Hilltoppers didn't get out on him, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, I don't understand the defense there. They backed off, tried to go around the screen at the top. Evie just stepped back. He's got from the locker room range, and that an extra step isn't going to bother him.
Hollingsworth rips in a 3 from the right wing against the 2-3 zone. That's a South Central Bank 3. South Central Bank is home, the official debit card of WKU Athletics, and Hollingsworth has 3 made threes in this game. 53-41, Tops up by 12. Driving to the left block is Sheffield. Back to Fiedler, throws it behind him for another 3 by Evie. And it's 53-44. Once again, the Owls are within 3.
Evie 4 of 5 from deep.
He came in shooting 43% for the year from three-point land. Cross court, right side, Hollingsworth fakes a 3-point jumper, comes to the right block, in traffic, lost the ball on the way up, and it's out of bounds to Rice. Hollingsworth in the first half moved past Anthony Winchester in terms of career scoring. He's now number 9 all time. He's only 5 points away from catching Kennard Johnson. Here is Olivari to the right block when Tavion comes up, and Tavion went over his shoulders, and Olivari was not able to get the ball up in the air for a shooting foul as Hollingsworth climbed his back, and he's fortunate he wasn't flipped over head over heels on that play.
Yeah, that could be a really dangerous misjudgment there.
Here comes the inbounds pass from Evie. He looks and he looks and he looks and throws it deep out to Olivari at half court. Olivari between the circles. Take a set by Fiedler. Olivari on the left wing, guarded tightly by McKnight. Goes top of the key to Fiedler. Takes a handoff to Abercrombie. Dribbles it once and hands it off to Evie. 3, make it a 2. Missed it very short. Bassey with a 7th rebound. Gives it up out of Tavion. Long pass to Carson. Great catch back in the baseline to Anderson, and it's knocked away by Evie. Evie with a good play. Here comes Evie, the guard, and he's knocked out of the open court by Anderson. Second foul of the Hilltopper senior guard. And it'll be Rice basketball out of bounds, down by 9, 53-44. As Sheffield will make the inbounds pass in front of his head coach, Scott Para. Rice comes in 12-8. Hilltoppers are 13-4. WKU 6-2 in the league. Rice 6-6. Evie, left wing dribble to the left block on McKnight. He's cut off, throws it deep on the wing to Abercrombie. Out top to Fiedler. The 6'10 center hands it off to Oliveri for a three. It is long, and Bassey pulls it down for his 8th rebound. He's averaging 12 a game. Here's McKnight, headed front court with left-handed dribble, top of the key, right side to Hollingsworth, baseline to Williams, barrels in on the center, and Fiedler ties him up. It'll be Rice basketball. Williams trying to draw contact inside, did that, but also Fiedler had a lot of the balls who watched their replay.
Certainly straight up over the ball, and
he looked like he did have the 2 hands on the ball.
He did.
Here's Evie, front court dribble against McKnight. Works it right to left with the dribble, stopping deep in the corner to Abercrombie. 3 over 2 Hilltoppers. Hit it over Williams and Anderson.
Abercrombie made a couple from the corner in the first half. Tops need to get out on him. Again, there are 3 that you really have to be careful of, and he's the 3rd one of the bunch.
He had missed 17 of his previous 23 threes before this game, but he's knocked down some corner jumpers tonight. Rice to within 6, 53-47. Here's McKnight penetrating the foul line, lobs it in the left corner for an Anderson 3, and he was out of bounds. It is a WKU turnover. Rice gets it back down 6, 16-21 to play in the second half.
Yeah, again, we saw that in the first half, almost in the same spot by a Rice player. They stepped out of bounds on the sidelines and then stepped back in to receive the pass, and that's a no-no. You can't do that.
Evie works it to the right wing. Transfer from BMI, first year at Rice. He's in the key area for a stop and pop jumper. It's off the iron, and McKnight will rip it down to the top. They're running with numbers. He fires it right side to Hollingsworth. In the right corner to Anderson. Coming down the baseline. In traffic. Blocked by Fiedler. That's Fiedler's second block and back-to-back Hilltopper possessions. Oliveri, left corner ball from his bench. No good. Pulled down by Hollingsworth. Hilltoppers are running. Tavian coming down the middle. No looks to the McKnight for a right side layup.
Nice. Just a little casual look away, looking on the left side, but he was aware of McKnight coming in from the right on the streak, able to catch and finish.
Fiedler hands it off to Sheffield. Sheffield dribbles it to the right wing and shoots a jumper over Anderson, and it's nearly an air ball. It caroms off the rim and off of the Hilltopper rebounder Hollingsworth, and it'll be Rice possession when we return. 15:29 to go, second half. WKU 55 and the Owls 47. You're listening to the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield IMG College and watching on HSSN and ESPN+. Entire year. Randy and Hal back with our simulcast tonight as the Hilltoppers has seen their lead of 12 cut down to 8. Rice has made 3 of 6 3-point shots in the second half, and they now have hit 10 for the game. They average 11 makes a game. Meanwhile, the Tops come out with Bassey, Anderson, Hollingsworth. Frampton's now in, and McKnight, Hollingsworth, I should say, Williams is out and Frampton is in. Rice ball, front court, down 8. And they have Hafsa's in the game. He did not start this half, had a good first half. Hafsa has the ball in his hands between the circles. He's guarded by McKnight and the Hilltopper man-to-man. Hafsa works it from right to left to the left block on the run, throws it up. No, but McKnight reached in and fouled him.
Just play good defense on the guy. He's going to drive. He doesn't shoot the 3-ball well at all. His bread and butter is taking it to the basket for the dish off, but Davion bailed him out there by reaching across and fouling him on the shot.
Ege Hafsa, 6'5" senior, 71% free throw shooter, had 4 first half points, and now has 5.
Hafsa from Istanbul, Turkey, by way of Utah Valley State.
1 of 8 new players for the Owls. They lost 4 starters off last year's team that won 15 games. Hafsa hits it, and Rice to within 6 at 55-49. The Hilltoppers' biggest lead in this game at 46-33. Here comes McKnight, 15:06 to play. Rice has played mostly a 2-3 zone. Follow a right wing 3 by Frampton. He shoots it way too hard, missed everything, and it's rebounded by Abercrombie and gives it to Issa, back to Abercrombie on the right wing. They overplay the handoffs to Hafsa, so he goes deep to Fiedler, goes down the left wing to Evie into the paint, twisting and turning. Turnaround 8-foot jumper is good, and Rice is right there now. The Owls are only down 4. Evie scored 8 points at a half. It's 55-51 Tops.
Outscored the Toppers 13-5 to get this second half started.
Hollingsworth on the right wing. Deep to McKnight between the circles.
We've gotten stagnant in the looking against the zone, just standing around right now, settling for shots, not trying to penetrate at all.
McKnight cross courts it to Anderson on the wing. Shot clock is at 5. Has to say long three, and buries it. 15 for Anderson. As he is moved past Bob Lavoie now on the scoring race. Long three by Abercrombie, missing it, rebounded by Fiedler, back to Abercrombie. Hilltoppers up 58-51. Abercrombie in the paint, stopped by Bassey. The Fiedler did not shoot it over Bassey. Over down the right side to Oliveri. He is fouled by Frampton. Off the dribble, foul on Frampton. Hilltoppers now up by 7, 58-51. Josh Anderson tonight has moved past Jeremy Evans, Orlando Mendez-Valdez, and Bob Lavoie. He's now 41st all-time in scoring. Bob Lavoie, the former college roommate of John Oldham. Anderson intercepts the pass, comes front court, he's knocked down from behind by Oliveri, and the ball rolls off Anderson as he's sliding across the floor on his hip after being hip checked by Oliveri. It'll be Rice basketball.
You know, Josh was trying to set that up for a spectacular finish. He didn't take care of the basketball. He kind of pushed the ball out in front of him to catch up with it. Well, Oliveri is right there, and he's every bit as quick as Josh Anderson is, and kind of spoiled the plans for Josh and results in a turnover instead of 2 points.
Anderson came in with 152 career steals, 6th best in Hilltopper history. Picked up another one there. Evie, right wing to Oliveri, to the right baseline, jumps up over Frampton and makes it.
Can't gamble. He tried to overplay the pass to Oliveri, and he cut back door and was able to get a step on Frampton. Get the short baseline jumper.
Oliveri has 15 points. Evie has 16. They're lighting it up now, 31 between them. They each have scored over 30 in a game this year. Frampton right corner in the lane to Anderson. Up over Fiedler, and he blocks his 3rd shot of the half. Here's Evie down the middle to the top of the key. Evie now on the right side for an Oliveri bomb. In and out. Rebounded by Bassey, and he's fouled by Fiedler. So Fiedler's getting involved, Hal. 3 block shots this half, and he just picked up a foul there on the rebound. And for Fiedler, that is his 3rd foul, I believe.
Not really known as a shot blocker. He is tall, but that time he just stood straight with his hands extended, didn't even jump. He was able to block that shot of Anderson coming into the paint.
Through 7 minutes in this second half, Bassey has not had a basket. I don't know that he's even had a shot. He's at the foul line as he works it around the perimeter. Bullet pass base on to Anderson. In the right corner to Tavion, launching a jump shot. He shot it 3 feet over the rim. It's an air ball. Evie with the rebound. Evie coming front court. Evie to the top of the key, to the foul line. Trips it up and missed it. I think that was intended to be a pass, not a shot, but his pass hit the rim. And then as Hollingsworth comes front court, he dribbles it off the heels of Bassey, who was in front of him, and it rolls out of bounds for a WKU turnover.
Boy, that Toppers had numbers there, and that turned the Silk Purse into a sow's ear. They had something going there, but bounced the ball off of the heel of Bassey, who was in front of him, and the ball was pinballed around until Toppers kicked it out of bounds, and resulting in their 12th turnover. Those are starting to pile up a little bit. They've had 6 this half already.
Rice has prevented Bassey from even having a single shot this half.
Hadn't had a shot.
58-53, Rice ball.
Toppers have gotten real stagnant in their half-court offense facing the zone.
Evie on the right wing, deep in the corner. Here is cutting to the basket. Missing the shot over the leaping Williams is Fiedler. Now it's knocked away, and Anderson gets it in back court. Gives it up to Tavion, coming across the timeline. Hollingsworth stops. Sends it deep to Frampton for a 3. He's been way off tonight, missing Evan off the back of the rim. Evie rebounds for Rice. Evie comes front court to the left wing, fires a nice pass, and a diving defensive play by Carson Williams to knock the ball away. And I believe the ball went off of Fiedler after Williams knocked it away.
No, that's the call, and Scott Pera for Rice is absolutely on fire. I don't know if they're going to review this. The 2 officials are going to discuss it during this timeout. We'll see.
As it happened, I thought it was off of Carson Williams. We'll see. Timeout, Tops only up 5, now 58-53, 11:58 to play in the half. And you're listening to the Hilltopper Sports Network on Learfield IMG College and watching the HSSN and ESPN Plus.
Your Points in the Paint feature, presented by Ace Hardware. Ace now has Benjamin Moore Paint. Get your next project started with inspiration and expert advice. Visit any of our 3 Bowling Green Ace Marketplace locations and choose your color today.
You talked about that Points in the Paint edge to the Hilltoppers, but Charles Bassey, the Hilltoppers' best player, has not had a shot in the second half.
Not to beat a dead horse, but the Tops have gotten stagnant. They were very active in the first half attacking the zone, worked the ball around, made Rice shift. This time, or start off this half anyway, they have not been doing that. It's just been a back and forth passing on the perimeter and really no penetration, no flashers to come up to the free throw line to try to break the zone down.
The diving headfirst defensive play of Carson Williams forcing a Rice turnover. Hilltoppers have it low to Williams on the block. The Rice defender flops. Carson puts it up. It's good. It's foul. It counts. Fiedler fouled him on a brush and call, and that's his fourth foul, Hal.
Yeah, that's trouble for Rice. Williams was able to give a good fake. Fiedler was behind Carson Williams on that play, and Fiedler bit on the fake. Coming down, he tried to avoid Carson, but Carson made sure there was contact, got the easy bucket. Have a chance to follow it up with a free throw here.
4 fouls on the Rice center, Fiedler, with 11:47 left. Williams hits, no, it bounced in and out. Looked good, didn't go. Williams misses the free throw, and Western Kentucky University leads Rice 60-53. Oliveri has the ball in the right wing. Now top now to Abercrombie. Hands it behind him to Evie.
Hands
He's
off.
bumped and fouled by Kenny Cooper, the Hilltopper guard. Third foul, and Cooper has had about as many fouls as minutes played in this game.
I tell you, it's a tough guard. Oliveri is so quick, and you really can't go behind a screen. You see him on the replay trying to get over the top of that screen, create a contact. Good job by Oliveri to stay close to his screen setter teammate and make Cooper foul him to try to get through.
Oliveri scored 27 points against the West leading Blazers this year of UAB. Penetrating to the paint is the Rice guard Hafsa. Back to Evie for a fall-away three over Cooper. Misfiring. Foul on rebound from Hollingsworth of WKU. Here's Tavion to the foul line. Throws it up and banks it around and off. No good. Pulled down by Poteet of Rice. Front court to Oliveri. Stops and shoots a three over Cooper. Made it, and Kenny was all over him. Oliveri and Evie are heating it up, and that's bad news for WKU.
Yes, for sure. Oliveri only 3 of 9, but Evie's 4 of 6. 7 of 15 between the two, and that's what they do.
60-56, WKU's lead at 4. Cooper low to Milton inside, banks it around and in for the left block. Kylan Milton playing tonight with Walls out and Osalwe out. Milton scored 4 points in just a couple of minutes of action.
Milton working off the block there against that zone conjured up memories of Cephas Button, the Hilltopper player years ago, who feasted on that play right there, only he did a little rocker step and a dunk off the baseline.
Hafsa drives and scores on a move from left to right as he swoops in from the right block and puts it in, and Rice is down by 4 again. 62-58. Frampton deep on the left, cross court deep on the right to Tavion. To the baseline for a 12-footer. Down. Little mid-range magic from Hollingsworth at times this year. And throughout his career, he's been the mid-range master. WKU 64, Rice 58. Hollingsworth averaging 14 a game. Knocked away by Cooper out front. That's a 2-on-3-on-1. Cooper coming down, gets it to Carson. From Duck! Well, he grabbed the rim, and then it carried it afterwards. It's not going to count. A wide open dunk. It caromed off the back of the rim. He grabbed onto the rim and held on, and then the ball came back down and in, and the basket will not count.
The Tops have shot themselves in the foot in this second half, and if this doesn't come out in their favor, they can only blame themselves. They've had some opportunities on fast break points that they've squandered.
Evie to the left wing, guarded by Cooper. Now comes to the foul line, spins to the block, puts it up left hand, no good. Poteet rebounds for Rice on the wing to Abercrombie, in the corner to Oliveri. Oliveri forced jumper over Tavion, blocked by Tavion, tipped around and retrieved in backcourt by Kylan Milton. Here's Milton up at half court to Cooper. WKU by 6, 9:27 to play in this second half. Right now the Hilltoppers have Bassey out for the rest. Has not had a shot this half after 14 first half points. Cooper from deep out front. In and out, look good, didn't go. Abercrombie scoops it up, gives it now to Hafsa. Hafsa attacking the Hilltoppers, ran into the Hilltopper defender, knocked him over backwards, and that'll be Frampton drawing the charge as he often does.
Yeah, that was a good play. Hafsa just a full head of steam in transition, and Frampton well established his position. Hafsa just tried to go through him, not around him. Cost a turnover for Rice. They're 15th on the evening.
They average 14. 64-58, WKU by 6. Anderson and Bassey are back in. Now we'll see how involved Bassey is offensively in the last 9 minutes of the game. He's not had a shot in the first 11 minutes.
He came to the free throw line a lot of times in the first half against this 2-3 zone and was able to receive a pass. When you do that, you're able to kind of get the zone defense back on its heels a little bit, but he hasn't done that yet in this half.
Cooper penetrating to the foul line. Left-handed guard steps back, goes deep to Anderson in the corner for Frampton three. Swish! That's just his second make from deep. Frampton puts it in, and WKU leads at 67-58. Frampton 2 out of 7 from downtown tonight. 41% for the year.
It's the 9th made three for WKU tonight.
Poteet hands it off to Abercrombie, who fumbles the ball against the quicker Anderson. Picks up his dribble, he's in trouble. Bouncing it low to Poteet against Bassey on the right block. He barrels into Bassey, leans into Bassey. Can't score on Bassey. Throws it deep to Hafsa, almost out of bounds on the right side. Out top, Evie, three-pointer. Swish.
My goodness.
67-61, 8 minutes and 13 seconds left. WKU's lead at 6, and Rice is 12 for 24 shooting from 3.
They passed their average. 12 made threes tonight on 24 attempts.
Here's Cooper, deep on the left to Frampton, inside to Anderson, 8-footer up and in.
That's the way you got to break the zone down. You got to receive a pass in the elbow in the lane area. Josh flashed, Charles was low, Josh Anderson came in, caught the ball at the elbow and made the short J.
17 for Anderson. Here's Evie to the left wing. Evie out top. Oliveri is wide open because Hollingsworth was knocked down. Then he missed a wide open three. It's punched around, and Bassey had it last, and it was knocked away from him out of bounds. And it'll be WKU basketball when we return. Tops are winning 69-61 over the Owls with 7:35 left. And you're listening to the Hilltopper Sports Network on Learfield IMG College and watching on HSSN and ESPN+. Hilltopper lead. As we bring it back to you at Diddle Arena under simulcast, and the Orlando Mendez Valdez, who we're referring to as the Hilltopper featured star tonight, was a young man who really played a few minutes his first 3 years on the Hill. Who would have ever thought that he would have had one of the most special seasons of any Hilltopper in recent memory with that senior season, which granted him an All-American award?
Well, he was spectacular. I really remember when he walked off the court the final time his freshman year. I didn't think he'd be back. He didn't play much. He was downcast, but he came back, and I tell you what, provided with some exciting moments. He was a very skilled offensive player, great defender, and a tenacious competitor. The guy just did not want to lose.
He averaged just 6 points a game on the Sweet 16 team, came back that next year under Ken McDonald as Ken's first year as head coach, and scored 14 a game and did everything else. Was a player of the year in the conference and an All-American. Hilltoppers have the ball front court, winning by 8, 69-61 over Rice. Frampton out top to Cooper. Right side to Frampton. Bounce it low to Bassey. The ball was kicked on the entry pass by Quincy Oliveri, and it is out of bounds to WKU with a shot clock reset now to 20 seconds.
It was down to 6, so they get the reset on that. Better job that possession of passing the ball around the perimeter and make Rice work and shift to guard the ball.
Frampton, Cooper out front. Here's the guard, dribbles it toward the top of the key, gets it deep to Frampton. Low to Bassey, makes a catch, goes up inside, and scores on his first attempted shot of the half.
Yeah, Fielder can't guard him, I can tell you that. They need to pound that down there as much as possible. He didn't have the ball long enough to see if they were going to double team him or not, but he just went right to Fielder, went right to work.
And Fiedler has 4 fouls as well. Fiedler has the ball right at the key out top to Hafsa, traveled as Kenny Cooper came out to guard him, and Hafsa dribbled it to the left but traveled before the dribble. Charles Bassey tonight has attempted 8 shots and has scored 16 points. He also has 9 rebounds. I don't believe he has a block shot. Of course, it's tough for a big man to block 3-point shots.
He's got 1.
Okay. That would be his 56th block. Here's Tavion, holds the ball in the right wing, cross court, no foul line pass to Anderson, low to Bassey, one dribble against Fiedler, gathers it up, drops the ball, got it back again. Leaves it deep on the wing to Cooper. Kenny out top to Hollingsworth, foul line to Anderson, take the shot, stops, deep down to Cooper. Shot clock at 7. Foul on to Anderson again. He's open. 15-footer. In and out. Look good. Didn't go. Bassey twisting and turning. Rebounding. Put back shot. Low of the iron.
It's awkward on that offensive rebound. It was off balance. He just had to get the ball up to keep from traveling.
Fiedler rebounds to Oliveri. Back to Fiedler at the top of the key. 6'11" center. Hands it off now to Hafsa against Hollingsworth. He'll pound it to his left. Backs up against Hollingsworth. Shot clock down to 14. 6 minutes to go in the game. Rice with the ball down 10. They've never led. Hafsa stops, throws it in the corner for a three by the left-handed gunner, and easy misses. Bassey tipped it to Anderson. Anderson flying front court, tripped as it goes up for a shot by Sheffield. They may have banged knees.
I believe they did.
Sheffield holding his right knee, then he started holding his left quad. Josh is up, he's not injured. And as you looked at the replay, it looked a little bit of an accidental trip.
Josh looked like Gumby coming down through the middle there. Arms going every which way. Fortunate for WKU. Foul called on a play.
That is only the fourth foul on Rice this half. Cooper throws it deep to Frampton, lets the ball go over and back, and will catch it. The transfer from Davidson now gives it up to Cooper, who transferred in from Lipscomb after sitting out a year last season as a red shirt. Cooper deep to Frampton, right corner Hollingsworth. Deep to Cooper on the right, shot clock at 15. Cooper to the top of the key, left to Frampton, low to Bassey. Yeah, great look by Frampton, and Bassey hit a jump hook shot in front of the rim.
That was a great interior pass. Olivari was on the weak side, came over to help, but just a fraction too late. Charles Bassey able to finish without Olivari being much of a factor.
WKU's passed it well tonight. Fiedler, foul line against Bassey. Fiedler still hasn't scored. Squares up, doesn't look to shoot. Now backs his way to the right block, spins to his right, under the rim, and he's out of bounds as he hit a reverse layup, but he stepped on the baseline prior to the shot. So it's a turnover for Rice.
You mentioned WKU passing the ball well tonight. How well? Well, let me tell you, they've got 20 assists on 27 made baskets. That's sharing the ball well and taking care of it. They do have 12 turnovers, 6 in each half so far.
20 State Farm assists tonight. Anderson out high, left side Frampton in the corner to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth guarded there by Sheffield. Works it to Cooper out front, fakes the pass, dribbles into the lane. Alley-oops to Charles, tips it up, no good. Sheffield rebounds the ball, and Bassey goes falling to the floor as Bassey is called for a foul. Coming over to help him out is Olivari. Good sign of sportsmanship from the sophomore out of Atlanta, Georgia for Rice.
Just old enough that I certainly like to see that. I don't mind knocking a guy down, but I want to be the first one to be there and help him back up afterwards.
Hafsa brings it front court for Rice. Hilltoppers are up by 12. Foul line to Fiedler, back to Sheffield and right to Fiedler at the foul line. He's not looking to shoot it up over Bass, who's guarding him. Here is Eby. Left side Hafsa, stopping. Overhead pass in the corner. Sheffield with a catch. Now the Fiedler squares up on Bassey, goes cross court left side to Hafsa, 25 feet away, shot clock at 5. He works one-on-one against Tavion to the foul. He's in the lane to the right block. He stops, he squirms, he shoots a fall away. He misses. Bassey with his 10th board. Great work from Hollingsworth defensively, Al.
It really was. They just could not, Rice could just not get a good clean look. They've got Bassey credited with 12 rebounds now. So that's 12 boards, 18 points for the young man.
12 rebounds is his average, and he's averaging 17 points. A floater by Tavion, and he hits it off the dribble. And Rick Stansbury asks for a timeout. Tavion with the runner. And how many has he had in his career like that here at WKU? Tons. Timeout, Hilltoppers now back up by 14, 75-61, 3:46 to go. And you're listening to the Hilltopper Sports Network on Learfield IMG College and watching on HSS. Rice crept to within 4 points with 11 minutes to go in the second half at 62-58. Now the Hilltoppers have reestablished themselves and lead at 75-61.
Hilltopper men's basketball presented all season long by Planet Fitness, Bowling Green's original judgment-free zone.
And when this one is over, we'll also bring you the U.S. Bank Player of the Game. U.S. Bank is proud to be the exclusive banking cornerstone partner of WKU Athletics. Hilltoppers have now had moved their lead to 14, led by 12 at the intermission. Biggest lead was at 13, late in the first half at 46-33. Here comes Eby. Made 3 of his first 5 threes this half, and Rick has changed up his defense, and they come out of the 2-3 zone, which they rarely play. Eby bouncing at Fiedler foul line. Back to the basket. On the right side to Olivari. Fakes left, comes right for a jumper off the dribble. It did not look good, didn't go. Sheffield crashing the board, got it back, put it up. It's good! Do they count the basket? The foul is on Hilltopper big man Charles Bassey.
I thought it was on the floor, but they counted the basket.
So Bassey has his 3rd foul. Now we have reached the under 4-minute media break, and we'll step out again. Rice has cut the lead to 12, and they have a free throw. You're listening to the Hilltopper Sports Network, and IMG College, and watching on HSSN and ESPN+. Welcome back to Diddle Arena. Western Kentucky University 75, Rice 63. Hilltoppers have led this one from the very beginning, had a 13-3 lead, now lead at 75-63. UAB loses tonight, just their second conference loss. North Texas won. If the Hilltoppers hold on and win this game, Hal, there'll be the three teams in a conference with just 2 league losses. Hilltoppers leading the East Division. UAB and North Texas currently tied after the North Texas win and the UAB loss at Louisiana Tech tonight. They are tied with 2 losses on the West Division side.
The season is grinding to a close. Play at North Texas next week, good Lord willing, and COVID doesn't strike. And then they'll have Florida International in Diddle Arena to finish up the season. Then the makeup games, they'll have the makeup games in that first week of March against Old Dominion.
Sheffield hits the free throw to complete the 3-point play, and the Hilltopper lead is at 11 with 3:12 remaining. Cooper has the ball between the circles, sends it left wing to Frampton. Now top now to Cooper, right side to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth foul line to Anderson. Back deep to Tavion. Bouncing it down in low to Bassey, and he travels to put the ball on the floor. Bassey with a few of those tonight. He turns it over.
It's his 14th for the Hilltoppers on the evening.
That's the one area in his game that he still needs some improvement on. Everything else he's improved on amazingly. Oliveri had it knocked away. Ball bounces, though, fortunately for Rice in the corner to Sheffield. The Fiedler in a back for a 3 by Sheffield, and he nails it. And Rice asks for a timeout. So the Owls now get to within 8 with another made 3. Rice has buried, 12 of 26 right now. As Sheffield drills that one, that's his second 3.
Well, that was, they were slow to get that up. They still don't have it up here yet, but that's his,
okay.
Yeah.
So Sheffield hits the 13th Rice 3. Sheffield, the former 6A Player of the Year in Georgia, and he is a freshman. So the Owls are still in it. It's 75-67 Hilltopper lead. I'd like to let you know about JB Network Consulting and Cisco Systems. They partnered up in Kentucky to really deliver a complete line of data and personal identity protection, Panasonic iPro security access control, and state-of-the-art camera systems. It all protects your company with physical security, and Cisco Systems protects your company's, your employees and data from the thieves that you can't see in your company's network. jbk.net to contact their team, or 270-796-8935. Remember, at JBK Network Consulting, they connect everything. 3-point shooting has kept Rice in it. They are 13 for 27, but still trail by 8. Cooper deep to Frampton on the right, in the corner to Hollingsworth. Deep on the right to Cooper. Kenny deep on the left to Frampton. Low to Bassey, knocked away from behind by Fiedler. Playing with 4 fouls. Oliveri stops and pops the right wing 3. Missed it short, grabbed the rebound, back up from 14. Airballed it, Fiedler rebounds for Rice. He's double teamed, and a whistle.
Timeout.
Rice will ask for a timeout. 2:15 left. Rice salvaging their possession off the offensive rebound from Max Fiedler, their sophomore from India, Atlantic, Florida.
Coach Stansbury giving Frampton a little pep talk over there. Frampton, just a poor entry pass to Charles Bassey. The defender was over Charles' back, reaching over, so you can't make a chest pass to him. That's blocked off. If you're going to get it to him, you've got to bounce it to him to the baseline side, and he didn't do that. He just tried to throw it right through that hand and resulted in the 15th Hilltopper turnover and lost possession.
With natural gas, you don't have to choose between what's best for our environment and energy that's clean, affordable, and efficient. Reliable natural gas plays an important role in our nation's clean energy future. Visit atmosenergy.com to learn why natural gas is the smart energy choice for today and generations to come. It is Rice basketball front court. Owls are down by 8. They were to within 4 with 11 minutes to go. WKU moved their lead back out to 14. In the paint to Sheffield. He fakes Cooper out of his sneakers, but he didn't take advantage of it and shoot the ball in the paint. Deep to Oliveri, penetrating up to the block, almost traveled, twisting and turning. Shot is short from 10, deserving to the floor. Feed the rebounds, puts it up and in with the left hand.
That possession alone, Rice got about 4 or 5 offensive rebounds.
Rice has scored 8 in a row. WKU 75, the Owls 69, a minute 52 to go. Here's Cooper in the middle. He's gone all the way here lately at the point guard spot. Low to Bassey, hook shot, up and in. Charge foul on Bassey, wipe it away. And now the Hilltopper big man has 4 fouls. And Rice has the back, and the Owls have scored 8 straight points. Clearly a charge. Good play by Fiedler to step in front of Charles on the hook shot.
Fiedler playing with 4 fouls, been skating on thin ice. Very appropriate analogy for this time of season. It's been cold in Bowling Green. But anyway, Fiedler able to draw that charge and get the number 4 on Bassey.
Evie walks at front court against Cooper. Here's the lefty with a dribble now against Hollingsworth, deep on the right to Oliveri. Which one of those two will shoot it? Oliveri to the top of the key, to the foul line against Cooper. Deep in the corner to Sheffield, flows right by Frampton to the hole. Bassey with 4 fouls, blocked the shot! An incredible block from Bassey.
Number 2 on the evening.
A minute 20 to go. Hilltoppers are now up by 6. The basket will cut it to 4. He could not get it up or around Charles Bassey. 57 block shots. And for the year, he is 4th in total blocks in the country. He's missed 5 games. Well, 1 he missed and 4 the team missed. Tavion attacks the right block. Banks it in on the run of timeout by WKU. They freed open the court for Tavion to attack that right block off the dribble. And he makes that patented late minute move. Knocks it down. The Hilltopper advantage is at 8 with 58 seconds to go. It's 77-69, and the Tops have asked for a timeout.
Really good basket by the Hilltoppers on that particular possession. Tavion attacking the basket against the man-to-man. Rice into man-to-man, trying to speed the possessions up just a little bit for the Hilltoppers, not let them be so deliberate against the half-court zone. But that resulted in a nice angle to the basket by Tavion. He scores it. Toppers have to defend for 58.7 seconds to put this in the win column.
Time and time again, when it's crunch time, it seems like Hollingsworth gets to that right block off the dribble and scores.
Great Britain has tea time. Hilltopper land, we have Tavion time.
Tavion tonight has moved past Anthony Winchester and Kennard Johnson. He's now 8th all-time in scoring in Western Kentucky University basketball history. Village Manor would like to let you know they're Bowling Green's only continuing care retirement community. We'll be back here at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow against Rice. And then, as Hal alluded to, the trip to North Texas next week, always a difficult place for a lot of teams to win. However, the Hilltoppers have had some great success in recent years in Denton.
Well, there have been some great matchups. Denton always, North Texas always fields a very athletic team, very physical team. It's a hard place to win. You go down to play in that green pit down there on the campus of North Texas State University, and it's a very difficult place to win.
This year, the Mean Green, they've been flexing their muscles in conference play and have been very difficult to score against. WKU in a 2-3 zone to guard against these shooters. Evie has the ball deep on the left side. He's guarded by Hollingsworth. He dribbles through Hollingsworth and Cooper to the left baseline, shut off by Bassey. Back in the corner for a step-back jumper. It's low on the iron. Kenny Cooper rebounds on the baseline. He is double-teamed. He's fighting through a double team and fouled by Sheffield with 38 seconds to go. Cooper fouled, team foul 6 on Rice. Hilltopper ball backcourt with an 8-point lead.
Don't get many chances at redemption, but here's a chance for Kenny Cooper. Went to the line. Oh, he won't go to the line.
That team foul.
That's right, 5. My bad.
The Rice unable to stop the clock and get to the Hilltoppers to the free throw line. Frampton with the inbounds pass backward to Hollingsworth, and he's fouled by Moore. That'll be team foul 6 on Rice. 37 seconds are left. WKU from the free throw line tonight, as they so often do, have outshot their opponents. And here tonight, they made 10 of 14. Rice is 8 for 8. Once again, they've made more than their opponents have attempted. Cooper's wrapped up and fouled him backward by Moore. So Kenny Cooper, who started off this game early in the first half by missing 3 free throws when he was fouled shooting a 3-pointer, will shoot a 1-and-1 with 36 seconds remaining. Rick here in recent games, Hal, has had Cooper being the finisher. Point guard rotating with McKnight. He's been the player to play late in games, and he's 0 for 4 at the foul line. Good gracious.
Yeah.
Rice rebounds, more front court to Oliveri on the right side against Cooper. Falls down, keeps his dribble alive. It's knocked away. Cooper picks it up, and he will be fouled in that court. 25 seconds are left. Cooper foul. Let's see if Kenny can find the bottom of the well on his free throws. He's 0 for 4 tonight after missing just 6 of his previous 22, and Rick Stansberry is going to talk to him. Rick prides himself on having good free throw shooters.
Especially at this point in the game. It's such a critical juncture of the game. Tops with an 8-point lead. It's I can't say it's done yet, but you still want to put the nails in the coffin by hitting these free ones, and he misses that one too. Good night.
22 seconds left. Evie front court in between the circles. Cut off by Cooper. Tito Oliveri fumbled the ball, and it is on the sideline and out of bounds. Who?
Oh, they're going to look at it.
15 seconds are left. Tops ball or Rice ball on the sideline.
I think this is a required review. They haven't had a review all game, and there's only 15 seconds left, so good grief. You got to go look at something.
Look at the sideline here. Anderson, no, that's clearly off of Oliveri. That'll be WKU basketball.
Yeah, I don't know. It hit Josh Anderson's right foot. I'm not convinced. I'd like to see it again.
Right now, the lead is at 8. And we'll see who will have the ball after this particular review. Prairie Farms is Kentucky's dairy. Visit prairiefarms.com/coupons and grab some savings for this weekend. Bad weather out. That's in the forecast. Maybe I'm going to go out and stock up a little bit, right, Hal?
That's right.
We hope to bring you a happy Med Center Health post-game show tonight. Med Center Health is the official orthopedics and sports medicine partner of Western Kentucky University Athletics. Well, that is a close call.
See it hit.
Yeah, hey, flip a coin.
Really?
I think it went off both players' foot at the same time. So flip a coin.
Or in this case, it would be alternate possession if they can't make that. Well, I guess, no, they would leave it as it stands. He originally signaled WKU.
I don't know how you could overturn that, one way or the other.
But then he immediately called for a review. The possession arrow does favor WKU. I'm not sure what they'll do here. Quite frankly, it doesn't matter.
Rice ball. So it's
Okay.
Owls basketball.
They saw something there that was evidence clear enough to make that determination. But like I said, I don't really think it's going to matter.
Owls are down by 8, so WKU must defend the 3. The Owls have hit 13 of 28 tonight.
They're not shy to shoot it, and I'm sure that they'll be quick to find an open guy because they got 4 out there that can shoot it pretty well right now.
Earlier this year against Gardner-Webb University, the Hilltoppers allowed 20 made threes and won. Barely, but won.
Yeah.
Gardner-Webb went 20 of 39 in that Hilltopper win. Rice is 13 for 28 in this game. The Owls last year led Conference USA in made 3-point shots. Hapsa leading again this year. Abercrombie to the foul line, into the lane, shooting a 2-pointer and hitting it with 7.8 seconds to go. A turnaround 14-foot jump shot. So now the Hilltopper lead is at 6 at 77-71. And Rice is out of timeouts.
2 possessions with less than 8 seconds.
Do you think Rick will leave Cooper in, who's missed 5 consecutive free throws in the front end of the 1-and-1 in the last probably minute? Or will he bring McKnight in, who's a much better free throw shooter?
It appears to me that Cooper is sitting in the circle. McKnight is standing, so he's going to go with, he's going to stick with Cooper.
Hilltoppers tonight, 77-71 lead, and they have doubled up Rice in the paint in terms of points, 34-16. That's a good stat.
It certainly is, and the points in the paint feature, as always, brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace offers free delivery and assembly on any grill purchase with 3 Bowling Green locations. Ace Hardware Marketplace can help with all your grill needs.
And with each of the 20 assists tonight, the Hilltoppers have accumulated. The State Farm agents of Bowling Green have donated $5 to the Tops Together Recovery Fund. This fund works to provide emergency philanthropic support to WKU Athletics to offset COVID-19 related economic challenges. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And a team of 8 Bowling Green agents are Kyle Woosley, J.R. Wade, Tony Rhodes, Jonathan McDaniel, David Graves, Kurt Gammons, D.C. Clement, and Ginger Cleary. 77-71, Hilltoppers are winning by 6 over the Owls. Their biggest lead was at 14 at 75-61. So the Owls have scored 10 in the last 12 in this game.
Rice is going to guard the Hilltoppers all over the court. The official letting Luke know that he can run the baseline should he need to inbounds the pass.
Brampton backward to Hollingsworth, running up the right sideline. They reach in and try to grab. They don't do it. And finally, Fiedler fouls him as he crosses the timeline with 4 seconds to go. And you can open up the doors and let the ushers in. This show is over. Tavion Hollingsworth going to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. Fiedler has fouled out. The Hilltoppers are winning by 6 with 4 seconds to go. And if Hollingsworth makes his free throw, he'll tie George Fant for 6th all-time in made free throws in Hilltopper history. Hollingsworth tonight has scored 17. He's not attempted a free throw, which is quite rare for him.
Opening up the door and letting the ushers in. This is really only intermission because there'll be the second act tomorrow. For those not familiar with Conference USA's scheduling this season, they play back-to-back nights against the same team rather than going to different locations. So second game will be tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Tavion misses. 3 by Hafsa from out deep. Air ball, and this one is over. Hilltoppers winning the game 77-71. Their free throw shooting betrayed them down the stretch, but they had a big enough lead to hold on and win. And the Hilltoppers moved to 14-4 overall, 7-2 in conference play. The Owls' 2-game losing streak is over. They are now at 12-9 and 6-7 in the league. Tops have now won 5 in a row in conference play, and they hold Rice 6 points below their average. That's what they've done during this winning streak, Cal. Defended Marshall, MTSU, and now Rice pretty well.
And I thought they did pretty well on Marshall. Now, against Rice. Rice able to hit some 3-pointers in this one to keep it close, but really not much of a factor inside. Again, the points and paint differential 34-16 in favor of WKU. They own the middle of the lane. So the Toppers get it done here today. Round 2 tomorrow. We'll see how that works out. But they came out really strong here this evening, and I thought that set the tone for a good outcome for WKU.
Charles Bassey led the way with 18. Anderson and Hollingsworth contributed 17. Rice shoots 13 for 26 from 3, but the Tops get it done tonight. Final score 77-71. Good night.